All right, back down on the floor for more bookshelf tour. Yes, slightly more braced up this time too. So let's continue along with a rather odd mixture of stuff. Let's start off with Zen and the Art of Road Bike Maintenance. A very useful book, I imagine. One of those books that I bought in a fit of I'm gonna fix my own bike, and as of yet have yet to actually really meaningfully crack it or use it for stuff. End up still taking my bike to the bike store, which I mean, I guess gives the bike store its stuff. And as life goes, and you're busy at reading and making silly videos and working and maintaining your house and all the other stuff. I just have not had the time to devote myself to my road bike maintenance. Probably it's one of these things where I should take a class with somebody who would give me the basics in a more compressed and structured form, and then I could use a book like this to augment that as I confusedly took apart my bike and then had to take it to the bike store for them to put it back together again. But I hear it's quite the Bible, quite heavy to hold up. Ugh. We'll just drop it right there. Je parle français. Non. The Oxford Illustrated History of Britain, which I think is my Jaja's book, which I have co-opted. She took it with a really great sarcastic history teacher. If you get history teachers, getting really sarcastic ones is the way to go. Yeah, UVic. It's a UVic text, and I'm pretty sure it's a UVic text from them. But actually, it's one of these books I should. It's illustrated, so it does actually have a lot of like amazing pictures in it, which, you know, just which, visual documents. I'm not holding it up because it is a giantly heavy book. So, but yeah, it's one of those ones I held on to. I should really pick up every once in a while when I'm encountering some bit of British history. We've got The Artist's Way, Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity by Julie Cameron. A book as an atheist, I have issues with. In the end, when they talk about higher power, I just go with kind of the universe, which is indeed a higher power, of which I am the tiniest little speck amongst. So that is, I don't know if I think of that as a conscious higher power, but it's just generally, you know, the universe, of which I'm a very, 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 we could go on for a while, tiny speck in. Back to Douglas Adams and the total perspective vortex machine. And then we are going to start into, well, here, let's do a little play first, some plays. Sophocles, the three Theban plays, Antigone, Oedipus the king, and Oedipus at Colonus. I think I've read one of them. It's one of those ones I want to go back to and read more of. Just of the big playwrights. This is like one of the examples of the at the beginning of at least recorded playwriting. We've got a big thumper of collected poems by Allen Ginsberg. This is 1947 to 1980, so I don't think it even stretches to the end of his life. Ginsberg, both tragic and dynamic, a lyrical genius, con man extraordinaire, and probably the single greatest influence on American poetical voice since Whitman, says Bob Dylan. Yeah, it's one of those ones that it's thick volumes of poetry. That's like each poem in here probably constitutes like a week or more of work for me at least to get a bare understanding, really. So a little overwhelming. Here is a smaller book of poetry by Canadian poet Robert Croce. Seed Catalog. A battered and dirty. Actually, I don't know if it is battered and dirty or if it actually came that's how it is. I planted some melons just to see what would happen. Gophers ate everything. I applied to the government. I wanted to become a postman, to deliver real words to real people. There was no one to receive my application. I don't give a damn if I do die, 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 do. I don't know if I did the right number of do die, do dies in there. Huh. Yeah, but I applied to the government. I wanted to be a postman to deliver real words to real people. There was no one to receive my application. Kind of like that. Yeah, Robert Croft. And here, let me find. Let's do two more. Let's do Ovid, the erotic poems. Grecian statuary, but probably the way to go for some hot Ovid poems. I should again. I think I've read some of his. I've read translations of the Metamorphoses, but I don't know if I've read like the erotic poems. This collection of Ovid's poems deals with the whole spectrum of sexual desire, ranging from the deeply emotionally declarations of eternal devotion to flippant arguments for promiscuity. Promiscuity. I'm all for it. That's fairly flippant of me. And another selected poems, Robert Bringhurst, The Beauty of Weapons, selected poems, 1972 to 1982, which I don't know if I've even ever cracked this open. Robert Bringhurst is a poet of the high ground. His home territory spans the mountain peaks and ocean vistas of the Pacific coast. He also takes in the upward reaches of the human spirit, an austere, intoxicating vantage from which the passions of the pre-Socratic thinkers and Hebrew prophets stand forth as immediately as do the accidents of love and death in the modern era. Yeah. Again, something, it's one of these things, little things I've just had on my shelves for forever that I should. That I will at some point, pick up and probably read a couple poems from, and maybe I'll get some idea. Let's stop there, and then we've got some favorite poets of mine for the next time. Ooh, here, first, let's do The Art of Sensual Massage, a book I should totally use. That would probably make my life much more sensual and much more happy, because I have a partner that I could use it on. Or use it with, actually. It would be a much better way of putting it. I could use it with. That would be lovely. All right. Yes. Happy wife, happy life. Or later.